with Bobby Taneski, head coach. Bobby, welcome to Balga Soccer Club TV. To start with, can you walk us through your footballing story and in particular your history with Balga Soccer Club?
Yeah, started my footballing career up in Karratha as a player, and at the age of 16 injured the first of 3 knees, and ultimately, yeah, that finished up my playing career. I was lucky enough to represent WA several times in the juniors and head off to Canberra. So that was some good experience to take into my coaching career. And then moving to Perth in 2005, I was lucky enough to get involved with Balga, and I thought I'd make a bit of a comeback as a player. Again, re-injured the knee, and fortunate enough for the coach at the time, Glenn Shaw, to provide me an opportunity to be his assistant for the remainder of the season. Then in 2007, the club offered me the reserve team position. Had a terrific start to the season, 7 games unbeaten. And I guess unfortunate for the club, but fortunate for myself, was asked to head across as an assistant to the First Division Queen's Park. From there, headed on, did a stint with Dianella, and then took on the reins at Balga under Self Todaro for 3 seasons. After that, had an opportunity to go away to Singapore with the amateur state men's side in 2012, and I guess, yeah, came back to Balga as the first team head coach last season.
Fantastic. Now, obviously, you coach, and you've had some great experience as a coach, but your career is still fairly young. But tell us about some of the football brains that you've worked under, and who's been the biggest influence on you so far?
I was fortunate enough to work with Kenny Lowe. When I was at Balga, I got the opportunity to play against the National Training Centre several times, and we used to play friendly matches on a Wednesday night, whilst they weren't allowed to participate in the under-23s reserves league. So Kenny invited me down to the National Training Centre, and spending a whole season there with himself and Davey and Callum and the boys, John Gibson as well. You know, they've had a good influence on me. I would say Self Todaro, also Balga was a good influence, well-respected coach in WA, and mostly recently I would say Ramon. Obviously was at Balga as well in my final season there before I came to join Balga, and he's certainly, you know, a great footballing brain in WA, and I think the game's lucky to have him here, considering, you know, he has coached youth football, international sides in Malta as well. So yeah, some pretty good brains. I've been fortunate enough to work with a lot of them.
Definitely some big names there as well. What about other role models that you have?
Yeah, love it. Look, I would say some business people I work with in my usual day job as well at Rio Tinto. Probably won't name them, but yeah, some really good mentors. Also, I would say some club mentors over previous clubs I've been to. You know, administrators of the game. You always seem to tap into their brains, and just not, you know, footballing is a great career path, but I think you can always find experience from other mentors around.
Fantastic. And those that know you obviously know that you're very ambitious. Where do you see your managerial career taking you?
Yeah, look, I guess the ambition is to be a first-team coach on a full-time basis in a professional level. You know, still fairly young, yeah. 29. I've been at this game for about 15 years now coaching, so not many people by the age of 29 have been coaching for 15 years, and I guess 90% of that time has been spent in either the Premier League or First Division, and now a Second Division club in Balga, so at a semi-professional level. But I think the ambition is always to go into a professional coaching career, may it be in Southeast Asia or Europe.
And away from Balga, you're obviously quite a busy man. Can you tell us a little bit about your life away from the black and greens?
Yeah. Well, most recently, from October 2015, I've taken on a gig at Perth Glory in the NPL under-16s. So again, working with some of the previous coaches I've mentioned, absolutely thrilled about that. And again, it's the only professional club in Western Australia. So even though the role is part-time coaching role, essentially, 4 to 5 days a week, but working with some of the brains trust in WA football's going to provide a terrific learning curve and opportunity for me. Also, as mentioned before, I work at Rio Tinto, so a big mining conglomerate around the world. So, being a leader there helps me in the footballing perspective as well. And
certainly ties in together.
Yeah.
Back onto the park. What were your impressions of last season?
Yeah, coming to the club with certainly 2 weeks to go before the season kicked off. It was really tough to start with, not knowing the calibre of players that you've got stepping down 2 divisions. Certainly, the belief was there early on in the coaching staff that we could transform the club and take it and stabilise and try and take it to the next level, certainly in 2016. But 2015 certainly was a steep learning curve in my managerial career as well. And, dealing with disgruntled players, I guess, wanting to leave the club because pre-season was a bit disrupted. Certainly the results weren't there either during the night series. So, and then trying to top up some additional new faces to lift the group's spirits and confidence, and certainly helped the way that we finished off the season. A few too many injuries, but I would say certainly a terrific season overall, considering how late into pre-season we started.
For sure. And what do you think will be the main differences this year compared to last?
Yeah, we've had a big recruitment drive, bringing some young and experienced players. The two words probably shouldn't be used together, but they have got a lot of experience, the players we've brought in this season from the NPL level. Certainly, we are always trying to attract better players to the club. It's only going to help the club grow in the plan that we've initiated the start of last season. And this is our second year into that plan, and one was to lift the stature of this great football club again in WA. And I think we've succeeded, but we're nowhere near the place that we want to be at the moment, and we always want to improve the club.
Great, and obviously 2016 is the next step on the ladder for that. In terms of new inclusions onto your coaching panel, you've got Amir, Gary, and Mate. Anyone else that's come on that's new this year?
Yeah, look, Mate has joined us from Balga. He was my assistant for the previous 2 seasons there. Great young coach, enthusiastic, similar to myself, ended his career very early on due to knee injuries. He's ended up playing in Hungary as well before his injury, so he brings a lot of experience even though he's fairly young. He'll be more so the floater coach, I would say, as well into the reserves, and he has a lot of respect from the reserve team coaches as well, who have decided to stay on this season, which is terrific.
Fantastic.
Along with Wayne in the 18s, so we're really looking for him to try and inspire some of those younger boys to look towards the future of first team football. Gary's still obviously a player coach, but he's going to join us as an assistant this coming season, and he'll do mainly some data analysis and video work for us, which would be some terrific insight into trying to eliminate some errors. And then Amir, I said to him last season I would only take this role on if he came back to the club and joined me as an assistant, and which he's he's a terrific person, and I would probably say he plays the bad cop in the group and I play the good cop. But again, a coach that's had plenty of playing experience in Germany as well, and he's got that Balkan slash German blood in him.
He's very entertaining on the sidelines
Yes,
as well.
yes.
From time to time, which is good as a spectator.
Yeah.
So tell us about what your ambitions are for the coming season then, and then ongoing for your time at Balga.
Yeah. Well, this coming season, we're making it very clear to the playing group. We're fortunate enough last season to be ahead in the curve of our development as a whole playing group. With the additional faces this season, we're only aiming for promotion. And I think if you don't try and strive to be the best, then you probably shouldn't be in the game, no matter what level you're at. And as I've always said to the players, use Balga as a stepping stone to develop their own careers, just like we all want to develop the committee, the coaching staff and the players. We should all be trying to strive to take it to the next level, and certainly the players understand with the additional calibre of players that have come in that we want to head for promotion this season.
Brilliant. And finally, any messages for the supporters? Are there any new signings or exciting developments that you've got planned?
Yeah, we've had Hubert join us from Stirling Lions. Vlad obviously finished off the season last year with us for the remainder of the last 5 games. But certainly, he's been a terrific addition to the squad, and he's had experience at Perth and Stirling as well. And the other one is Anton, who joins us from Balga as well. And these are all exciting additions to our playing staff. And certainly, the fans need to jump on board and give us all the support possible, especially during home games. And make the club what it used to be back in from the 70s when we first came on board, I guess, and get back to the Premier League in the next 5 years.
Well, we're all hoping for promotion, so thanks for your time, and all the best for 2016.
Thank you.
Thanks, mate.